There was music from my neighbor's house through the summer nights. In his blue gardens, men and girls came and went like moths among the whisperings and the champagne and the stars. I believe that on the first night I went to Gatsby's house, I was one of the few guests who had actually been invited. People were not invited, they went there. They got into automobiles, which bore them out to Long Island, and somehow they ended up at Gatsby's door. Once there, they were introduced by somebody who knew Gatsby, and after that they conducted themselves according to the rules of behavior associated with amusement parks.
Alrighty then.
Has he had a long history of mental illness?
Excuse me, I need a spoon.
Actor and comedian Jim Carrey recently was quoted to say, "I hope everyone can get rich and famous and will have everything they ever dreamed of. Then they will know that that is not the answer."
First of all, where did you go to in Guatemala?
I was in the second largest city. It's called Shayla.
What was the extent of your interaction with the people there? Did you share a meal with someone or have a really cool experience that you'd like to share?
I have countless experiences with that. I think one big reality experience for me was one time we were traveling, and you travel through the countryside and you really see the really rural areas, which are where the more poor people are. Because in the city, they're the richest people there. But even the family that I lived with, they were considered maybe middle class or upper middle class, and it wasn't anything like what we have here. One time we were traveling and we took a bus through the countryside, and it's very mountainous, if that's a word, and there's a lot of volcanoes there and a lot of mountains. Their agriculture is really big, but they don't necessarily have the means, and you'd see farmers literally on almost a vertical slope, and then just working out there all day in the field, and they still have nothing. They live on a dirt floor, and they barely have clean water, and they're trying to provide for their family. So I think that humbling experience was that they're not poor because they want to be. It's not because, I think in the United States we have the impression that people are poor a lot of times because they're not hardworking or because we think they have a lot of advantages here, but just because they're not hardworking. But especially in Guatemala, it really changed my opinion on that these people aren't poor because they're not hardworking. It's definitely not for lack of effort or work. It's because of their opportunities there.
Mm-hmm. So you would think it's more difficult to sort of rise in
absolutely
in
yes.
Guatemala?
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that.
How would you say the people there, besides culture and besides how much they have, how would they differ from us besides language and culture and all that? How would you describe them?
Well, in terms of material items, I think for people rather than material items are more important there. And even though they weren't necessarily rich families, they were always sharing their food, and people were always over for dinner and always talking and having a really good time. So relationships are a lot more important. And also in Guatemala, if someone said they were going to do something for you, you never had anyone back out. They were just the most genuine people I've ever met, I'd say.
Eat too?
Yeah.